I'd like to give you the opportunity to tell our committee what essentials of life require plastic.
Well,
I'm leaving it open-ended.
that's a big subject. So I brought a few samples in, which are real projects we're involved in. So 73% of every medical device in the world uses plastic, and that number has been growing by about 2.5% per year. Unbreakable, hygienic, moldable. That's big, and I could bring EpiPens, blood tubes. Last week I was working about new syringes because as a result of the pandemic, we found we have a global shortage of 1 and 3 gram syringes. So we're talking about new releases of technology for syringes that also protect healthcare workers better. Shampoo bottles, this device couldn't be made. We provide technology to help make these devices today. There's not a electronic communication device that wouldn't. Cars, makeup, containers, obviously the food and beverage we're familiar with, glasses, contact lenses, all of the PPE used today.
So really nothing important, it sounds like.
Nothing important. Canadian money. I don't know what you think of that.
Well, it's becoming less and less valuable, so maybe that's not the best example.
But yeah, everything. The chair I'm sitting on, the table I'm working at, the carpet that's on the floor, the manufacturer of the wallpaper, what goes into the wallpaper, and that thermostat on the wall. Yeah, I could go on.
And how easy would it be to just replace all of that plastic with something else?
It would not be possible today.
So presumably all the people whose lives are saved by these medical devices would then be lost. And all of the devices that make our quality of life infinitely more advanced than it was in the past would be gone, and so too would the quality of life on which we depend. Are the kids that are standing at protests demanding a ban on plastic would not be able to organize that protest because their phones would not be possible without plastic. And they wouldn't be able to get to the protest in the first place because of the plastic that's required to make their automobiles. So really, this idea of declaring plastic to be a toxin, what do you think will be the impact on our lives here in Canada if it goes ahead?
It'll drive two important streams of investment out of Canada. I mean, first of all, 370,000 people in Canada rely on it. Are you going to invest in Canada versus a market that is responsive, supportive, and encouraging investment down south of the border? Absolutely, you're going to move south of the border, and that's why many of these large plants have stopped. The second thing is that, as the pandemic proved, Canada is completely dependent upon medical devices from foreign entities. I have the percentages up here. I won't go into it. We don't have a domestic industry for our own supply of these absolutely critical items. Who's going to set up shop here to do that? We build the tooling to do it. We sell the tooling to foreign nations. Those foreign nations import those goods to Canada. Why aren't we building domestic supply chains for these crucial items? I don't get it. So it's just going to drive investment out. It's going to make us more dependent on foreign entities. And we're still going to require these every day. That's not solving the problem.
We'll just buy them from abroad.
Just buy them abroad doesn't solve the problem.
Right, and that's just what we do in oil, right? We've prevented the construction of a nationwide pipeline, so we have to import oil from abroad in eastern Canada. And right now we're in the embarrassing position where we have to ask the governor of Michigan to sell Canadian energy to Canadian consumers because we can't build our own pipeline connecting all of our Canadian provinces. And now we're going to do the same thing in plastics, drive production out of the country. We won't stop using plastic, by the way. We'll just buy it from foreigners who will make all the money and take all the jobs while we pay for it on the credit card. That is currently the direction of our country. Why can't we just reverse that approach and produce and recycle the plastic here in Canada in an environmentally responsible way? You're the expert on this. Can we make that happen?
Absolutely. Canada has the potential with its natural resources, with the recyclability of Canada, with the technology here, to establish itself as a global leader. I mean a global leader in turning waste into resources, into recovering and reprocessing those resources and putting higher valued secondary quality goods back to the Canadian public, creating jobs and safeguarding us in a future pandemic. Without a doubt, we can do that.
And how does plastic rank as a recyclable material. Because when I was a kid growing up, my teachers always told me the best way you can help the environment is to reuse and recycle. Is plastic well ranked as a recyclable material?
I got a red flag. I don't know if I
Yeah,
can answer.
very quickly, Mr. Galt.
It has the lowest environmental footprint, lowest energy content, lowest energy use to recycle of any competitive material.
Thank you very much.